Hello, welcome. My name once again is Willy P, who is going to take you through mathematics P4 class. Starting from where we stopped from previously, we had subtraction of fractions with the same denominators. And one of the numbers that were given in an activity, try to follow what I'm going to do here, and you check whether you passed them very well. We had Roman 1 on the activity, which was telling us to subtract 6/7 minus 4/7. And remember what I told you here, it's a matter of keeping the common denominator, which is 7, and we subtract the numerators, okay? Then we said, those who can subtract very well, what is 6 minus 4? Yes, that is 3, and this is out of 7. Make sure I said, please call these fractions by their names. 3/7, okay? We also had, Roman 4, where we are told subtract 4 whole numbers and 2/3 minus 1 whole number and a third. Whereby I said, first deal with the whole numbers, okay? Which whole numbers will have 4, take away 1, a whole number minus the other whole number, okay? Then separate the whole numbers from the proper fractions, whereby we also subtract the proper fractions. And that is 2/3 minus 1/3, okay? So let's subtract the whole numbers first. This is 4 minus 1, giving us a 3, plus, let's keep the common denominator here, whereby we shall have 2 minus 1 as our numerators. So this gives us 3 plus, if we subtract 2 minus 1, what do you get? Very good. Out of 3, then after we leave this plus sign and we remain with 3 and a third, okay? Please try to check how you went through this one. We also had Roman 5, if you can check on your activity, whereby we had 8 and 5/13, then minus 3 and a 13th. We go through the same methods like Roman 4, whereby subtract the whole numbers first, okay? And this gives us 8 minus 3, separate the whole numbers from the proper fractions, and this is 5/13, take away a 13th, okay? So 8 minus 3, what do you get? 5, good. Plus, here let's first keep the common denominator as 13, then we subtract the numerators. 5, take away 1, okay? So we shall maintain our whole number as 5 plus 5 minus 1. You get 4, and this is out of 13. Lastly, just remove a plus sign and you have the final answer as 5 whole numbers and 4/13, okay? Check properly. At least when you look at other numbers in the same activity, you'll find that at least it was the same method, the first one. You look at where we mixed the numbers, you'll get exactly what the teacher wanted you to do. Now, for today, I welcome you once again subtraction of fractions, but this time it is going to be word problem. Word problem, I told you that this does not mean that words are problems or the problems of mathematics. No. Here we mean we set what we teach subtraction of fractions in the same denominator, but in a word style. They are going to be words. In other words, you will see the way we are supposed to interpret words, or you read a statement that really tells you that here they mean subtraction of fractions with same denominators. allow me to take you through at least some few examples how we deal with words that really describes words that describe subtraction of fractions. For example, if somebody says subtract, we'll have 2/7 from 5/7. Subtract 2/7 from 5/7. We subtract this from the other bigger one, okay? We subtract this smaller 2/7 from the bigger 5/7. So this one means you get 5/7, the bigger fraction, and you take away the other smaller fraction. Are you seeing how we are going back to where we started from? So this will give us, keep the common denominator, which is 7, and you subtract the numerators as we did before. So finally this will give us 5 minus 2, what do you get? Very good, 3/7. So I remember telling you that always underline these answers of ours using your ruler, okay? So you will bring your ruler properly and underline, double line, okay? Show you that you've finished and you've got the answer right. Take the second example. Word problem again. Our example 2 is what must be added? What must be added to, we have 8/17 to get 9, to get 11/17. What must be added to 8/17 to get 11/18? Don't look at this one and you say, teacher, are we going to add? No. What can I add to this so that I get the other bigger one? What can I add this smaller fraction to get the bigger fraction? Look at the first one. We said subtract the smaller one from the bigger one. Still we got the bigger one minus the smaller one. Likewise, get the bigger one and you subtract the smaller one. That's what it means. It is not addition. It's not, okay? So how do we go about this? Get the other bigger fraction, which is 11/17, and we take away 8/17. Remember, we are still dealing with subtraction of fractions with the same denominator, but in a word problem, okay? So let's keep the common denominator as 17, then subtract the numerators, okay? Have you subtracted already? If you can keep the common denominator as 17, have you subtracted the numerators? 11 minus 8, what do you get? Very good. Somebody is saying 3, and that is the right answer. So what is our answer finally? This is 3/17, okay? And have you underlined? Yes. And this should be done in mathematics daily if you are giving your final answers. Allow me to give you one more example of dealing with subtraction of fractions with same denominators, word problem. Somebody is telling us to find the missing fraction. And this time, I want you to think of this fraction to make the statement true. and you have 6/10 minus, there is a fraction missing here, equals 5/10. Have you seen this one? We are not far from where we started from. They are asking you, what fraction is missing here when you subtract 6 minus the other fraction to get 5/10? Are you seeing that one? Very technical. Watch and see. This is very simple. If we are finding what is missing here, it's a matter of getting the first fraction minus the other answer on the other hand. So how do we go about this? We shall just get 6/10 and we take away 5/10. When we do this one, we shall get the missing fraction. So keep the common denominator, which is 10, subtract the numerators, okay? Have you already subtracted the numerators? 6 minus 5? Yes. Somebody is saying it's 1, and this is a 10th. Now, what is a 10th? A 10th is the very fraction that is missing. Assume we have filled in it, the missing fraction here. Does it make sense? If you move properly through the same steps, if you get 6/10 minus a 10th, do you remain with the 5/10? Check it there. Yes, that's the thing. Okay? I know now you've seen, this is something very simple, whereby it's a matter of interpreting these simple words. Subtract from, what must be added, find the missing number, and others whereby we can have some fraction given to so and so, then they remove some fraction and it is given to so and so. This gives you the right answer as long as you are dealing with fractions of the same denominators. Hope you've enjoyed these 3 examples right away from where I started from to the third one. Allow me to give you some few numbers as your activity. Make sure, read first, interpret, answer. Fractions of, subtraction of fractions with the same denominators. Thank you for listening to me.